right, so we're going to massage the skin. We're going to start with applying your choice of massage medium. Depending on your client's skin type, that will indicate what type of oil or cream or gel that you're going to use. I like just using jojoba or grapeseed oil just because they have lighter viscosities and they're both non-comedogenic oils. So meaning that they're both non-clogging products. So right now I am just effleuraging some oil onto the skin, making sure I have a good slip as I am massaging the skin. I'm going to start with my first massage movement is jaw slides. I'm right underneath the mandible bone and I'm going to hook up and bring it up towards the earlobe. There's a pressure point right there and hold it 3 to 6 counts. Massage goes into increments of 3s and 6 so it can feel more consistent and fluid throughout your service. If your client has specific concerns and goals in specific areas, you would definitely do more movements. In areas that you still want to just hit, you can go smaller increments like of your 3s. Once I'm done with my jaw slide, I am going into my cheek pressure points. I'm just sliding around the eyes, down the bridge of the nose using my index finger. And there's a pressure point right on either side of the nostril. Using the belly of my fingers, activating the pressure point, holding it down 3 to 6 counts. Followed with my middle finger right at the center of the eyes, still on the cheekbone, activating my second pressure point. When you're activating pressure points, you should feel a little bit of a heartbeat when you have activated it. So it should be very intentional. You should never use your fingertips because you don't want to jab or poke at your client's skin. You want to use the belly of your fingers. This is great to open up the sinuses. So if your client has allergies, this is a great technique to help with decongesting them. Now I'm going to slide down to the chin, massage the chin, moving up towards the earlobe, and I'm going to be doing my cheek circles. Always working upwards towards yourself because you don't want to drag the skin. You want to uplift the skin as you're massaging it. So as I'm doing my cheek circles, there's 3 sections. It's chin to earlobe. Lightly slide down, corner of the mouth to the center of the ear. Gently slide down to the top of the lip by the nose, circle up towards the temples. Now I'm going to go into my cheek tapotement. This is going to be the most stimulating movement out of your 12-step massage. So tapotement, also known as percussion or the piano. You're just slightly tapping the skin. This is very stimulating and builds a lot of circulation. So someone who has a sallow complexion, this is a great movement for them. This movement wouldn't be good for people who have cuperose or sensitive skin or a lot of redness, because we can overstimulate and create more inflammation in the skin. Now I'm going to go into my lip slide. So I'm using my ring and middle finger. I'm on either side of the lip. I'm going to bring it across. And as I hit the earlobe, I'm going to hook it up toward this temple. Once I hit the temple, my other hand will follow the same way, all the way across to the earlobe, hook up to the temple. This movement is a little exaggerated where you're creating more of an L versus a J. Now when both hands are resting at the temples, they're going to slide down. Your hands are going to rest underneath the jaw. You're going to use your thumbs and you're going to do lip circles. Again, going upwards, small baby circles moving up the nasolabial folds. Now we're going to start working around the eyes. As I'm done with these lip circles, I'm going to finish up, glide my fingers up around the mouth, massaging up the bridge of the nose. And these are your eye pressure point movement. There's a pressure point right in between the brows and the eye socket. Hold it 3 to 6 counts. Pinch and stretch the brows out. And then at the end of your brow, there's another pressure point that you are going to activate. Lightly go around the eyes, back up to the nose. Massage the nose. Using the belly, your fingers hook up in the eye socket. Pinch the brow. Working on the bone, and there's a pressure point. From here, I'm going to go around the orbital. I'm going to do eye circles, following the direction of the growth of the hair. So starting from the center, working my way out. Then my fingers are going to connect, my middle fingers, and I'm going to do figure eights or infinity sign, however you interpretate it. And again, just working along that orbital rim. And the reason why I'm only using my middle finger is because the eye area is going to be the thinnest skin, the most delicate area of the face. So you want to be a lot lighter handed in this area. So this will help minimize the pressure around the eyes as I'm massaging around it. If your client had a little bit more concern of fine lines and wrinkles or puffiness around the eyes, you can definitely emphasize and do a lot more movements in this area. And then now I'm going to transition into forehead zigzag. So you're using your fingers and you're just crisscrossing them over, starting from the brow line to the temple, working your way to the other side. Move up towards the center of the forehead, still zigzagging with good pressure. And this is considered to be a friction movement, where you're grasping some of that tissue in between your fingers. If your clients had some fine lines between their brows, this is a good movement to help soften up the lines. And then once I get back to center, I'm going to follow with my forehead palm circles. So I'm just taking my fingers, gliding it. Once it gets to the temples, I'm going to have my fingers go up and just using the palms of my hands to massage the forehead. Always making sure you're also pulling up towards yourself. When you're going up, your palms are massaging up, but then as you're sliding towards yourself, your fingers kind of go towards you and hit the forehead as well. Now I'm going to lightly glide down the perimeter of the face, going underneath the jaw, and I'm going to fan the face. Keeping connection with your client is really important, trying to not lift off of them. As you see, as I'm going from one movement to another, I always have one hand placing on my client, and then the other hand will move to the next area, and then the hand just follows. And then I'm going to finish my movement with around the world. So I'm just going to slide from the center, lightly slide down the perimeter of the face. Once I get towards the chin, my hands are going to cross over, and I'm going to kind of go back and lift towards myself. Slightly go down with a light glide, cross over, pull up. And I'm lightly gliding down because I don't want to pull the skin down. And as I'm going up, I'm lifting up the skin to help tone that skin. And then I'm going to finish at center forehead.